All right. So it's the end of the summer, and we're back. We're going to give you a little preview show before the season starts. I'm obviously El Hoopo. That's A.Rod, and that's Max P. But before we start, boys, we always go... Remember when we were kids, right before school, you'd go back to school, and then you'd always have that one crazy story you'd tell your friends, right? Like, oh, you won't believe what happened to me this summer. Like, oh, yeah, well, what happened to the next guy? You won't believe what happened to me at Wonderland, man, blah, 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 blah. So this is a quick one. This is what happened, and I wanted to share it with you, all right? This is quick. So me and the lady... We went with another couple to this like real rich white lady spa, right? Overnight, like real rich white lady shit. Like 65 and up, like super rich. You can smell the rich, the Liz Claiborne, you know what I mean? You smell that shit off of them, right? So we get there and I stick out like a sore thumb there. It's ridiculous, right? So we're going through the saunas, we're in our bathrobes for lunch, getting massages. I'm feeling real comfortable. Like, this is beautiful. I'm very relaxed. It's all just rich white women, right? And there's barely any guys there. So we're having a good day. We stayed there 2 days, right? Super expensive in the mountains. And so I go for a run every morning, right? And there was these couple cougars who were like, they would walk when I was running in the morning, and they always caught my eye, right? And they always like wave, and they're 65 plus, super rich though, right? You could just tell, like, they were just dripping gold as they walked. So they're like waving, and then that day, swear to God, that day we're in the eucalyptus sauna, right? So I'm in the eucalyptus sauna. I'm feeling good. Who walks in? But cougar walks in, with her nails out too, right? And my lady's out in the pool with the other people, right? So she comes up. She's, oh, hey. She had a bit of a bit of Marlboro in her throat, right? And she's like, I saw you running this morning. I was like, oh yeah. I go, yeah, I saw you too. She goes, yeah, you look like a Viking. I was like, oh yeah. She goes, you want to be my Viking? I was like, what? Pardon me? She goes, I go, where are we going with this? She goes, you can take over my town. You can kidnap me from my husband. I was like, oh my goodness. I go, listen, I'm married. My wife's out there. She goes, yeah, my husband's also married. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. I was like, I gotta get out. This bitch is crazy, right? So I was like, okay. So I just had to end it. I got up. It was beautiful. Maybe old Poe back in the day would have. Well, no, maybe not. Definitely old Poe back in the day would have definitely done some things right there in the eucalyptus sauna. But I wanted to give her a shout out and a big salute to that lady. Didn't get your name, but I'm pretty sure it may have been Miss Liz Claiborne. That's what we're gonna call this episode, Liz Claiborne. So let's go, boys. Liz Claiborne. Welcome back, everybody. Let's spray the Liz Claiborne. We're back for a little preview show before the season starts. I'm El Hoopo, that's A.Rod, and that's Max P. We wanted to give you a little episode just to get you a little bit of taste before we give you the real stuff, right? This is Sportitos Toronto Raptor Podcast, and let's go. Yes, boys. What's going on?
Oh, man.
A.Rod, what's going on, buddy?
That was a good line from that lady, man.
Which one? She kept going.
Like, my husband's also married.
Yeah. I
haven't heard that one before. I would have given her some street cred for that one, but
she had a real short hair, but it was like she just, when someone looks really rich for real, like really really rich, she had that, and she was in like a swimming suit, like she just came across as just, but yet she wanted me to kidnap her from her town. Like, it was wild, man. It was wild.
So housewives adventures
in the mountains. How about your summer, Max B? How was yours, man?
Oh, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Doing all the typical summertime stuff, catching up with folks, having fun. It's been good. Can't complain.
I saw. Speaking of which, I saw A.Rod in the gym the other day. I hadn't seen him in a little while. He had a little curl on the front. It was wild. Your hair, buddy. It had like this S curl, like this S. It looked like a J that was popping off like right across the front. I'm like, how did you get that from? He's like, man, the summer just gave it to me.
like the old school Superman, Superman.
Yeah. It looked like Clark Kent. It was crazy. All right, so let's jump right into this, boys. Before the season starts, before even the preseason or summer camp starts, not summer camp. What do you call it? the hell do you even call it? Training camp. See, I'm still stuck in summer mode. When training camp hasn't even started yet. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to get predictions out right now before we even have any evidence, before we have any facts, and jump into this right away. So I have a few questions before we jump into some more fun, but I wanted to throw this out now. What Raptor are you most hoping that you see the biggest jump out of this year? Like, who do you want to see just make leaps and bounds different from last year? Max P, why don't you start it out? Who do you want to see? Like, this isn't who you think. Like, who do you want to see just like really kill it this year and jump from last year? Who do you got?
I want to see R.J. Barrett.
That's big. That's big. Tell me why.
I like if he can have a good productive year with his dog mentality, boy, that would be something really good for the team. Like, that would get a lot of the other players going too. It wouldn't be just we suck and this one guy's having a good season. He's one of those rally the troop type players. So if he could have a good season, yeah, that's good. That's good.
I like that. I didn't even think of RJ. Good call. A-Rod, what about you?
Quik.
Oh, he's been working.
I really want to see what his role is going to be on this team. We got a little bit of that taste of the point guard role and the facilitator role last year. I thought he was really good in it for the most part, given that he was, having to make an adjustment mid-season coming in.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see, what a full off-season and full training camp's like for him. And now that the contract situation is settled, it's like, he's our guy. Let's fucking go, man. I'm excited.
And that instilled a bunch of confidence in him too, right? He's signed up. Yeah.
I like things that are just wrapped up, and it's like, we know that these guys have a role. They have a position here. There's no, like, guess game or, like, guessing work, about who's going to start and, like, where these guys are going to fit in. It's like, okay, we got our Scotty situation and our Quik situation figured out.
Yeah.
RJ is going to be coming along. I don't know how many years he has left on his contract, but, they really want him here, obviously. So we got those three, and, like, let's go to work, man. Let's see what we got. They played well in spurts last season, so I think Vegas is really, kind of underrating them right now.
I think so, too.
But we'll see. I think Vegas opened the win total at, like, 26.5 or something like that.
And we'll get into that. Yeah. So we got RJ, we got Quik. I'm going with Kansas Slim, Mr. Grady Dick.
Hey.
Yeah, I want to see it. I saw a little clip of him. He looked like he put on 10 pounds. He looks a little bigger, not like fat big. He looks like he put on actually a little bit of strength, but it just could be the camera. I don't know. You know how NBA, it is, man.
That NBA program is real.
It is real. Yeah.
Like Kevin Durant was a bone. Giannis was a bone. Even Dwight Howard was pretty slim coming in.
Yeah. Pause.
Well played, sir. Well played.
And that's the first pause I've ever used in my life.
That was a good. That was a great one. That was a great one.
Was it okay? Yeah.
That was great.
Spacing was okay.
Everything was perfect. You sound like a veteran right there. Like a veteran.
I appreciate that, man. I've always wanted to say pause in a correct manner. So Grady Dick, Kansas Slim. I want to see him. He puts on a little bit of size because I felt like he was being bounced around a bit, ping-ponged out there last year. He's a smart basketball player, and you can just see the cohesion, the brotherhood between him. Just basketball. Mind-wise, he has that. And you put on a little bit of size, you put on a little bit of strength, and you put those things together, and it's a sure shot. Bang, bang. So, Grady Dick, that's who I got. I wanted to keep it kind of in the same sort of idea, but instead of who you want to see make a big jump, how about who do you think is going to be a sleeper pick? So who do you think is going to surprise you? Remember how Fred surprised us when he first got picked up? His first year, it's like, who's this guy? And then boom, I was talking about him that first year in the barbershop. I remember saying, remember Fred Van Vliet? And boom. I've been telling that story forever. But who's your sleeper? Why don't we start with you, A-Rod? Who do you got that's going to surprise a few folks this year?
Same guy I'm looking forward to, Quik.
Oh yeah.
I know he's like the mainstay guy, but I think people are going to be surprised with just how good he's going to be now that he's being given the keys to the offense.
You think he's gonna be great?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a massive jump. Last year I went on record saying that I think he's better than Maxey. I still do. I just think that he wasn't given that kind of time or, what do you call it?
I could ride with you with that actually.
The usage that Maxey got, right? So I really feel like he is going to be that guy that's going to get better. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does this year.
I like that, man. I really hope he does. If he could be, make a all-star type of conversation, probably not make the all-star team, but that conversation like we're the Raptors organization. You know how we are. We push those guys like he's got to be in the conversation, that type of thing.
Yes, sir.
So I like that. Quickly, what
boys.
about you? Yeah. What about you, Max? Who you got? Sleeper.
My sleeper is going to be like for MVP, and that is Scotty Barnes.
Ooh, whoa.
Because I don't have no worries about Quickly. I feel like Quickly's going to do his thing this year. I would be extremely surprised if Quickly doesn't really, really get in his groove, completely comfortable, completely understanding, what it is,
You think it's inevitable he's going to kill it this year?
Yeah, I think like Quickly is the only guy I'm completely confident in,
Yeah.
Above coach and management, It's Quickly. Everybody else, I don't know. Let's see what you do. But I think the underdog, the guy that's going to surprise people this year is Scotty Barnes. I think he's going to be in the MVP conversation, probably end up maybe fifth or maybe fourth in, voting, stuff like that.
That'd be so cold if he actually manages that. Oh,
yeah. I feel like Quickly's going to play well, and then Barnes is going to feed off of that, and he's really going to start monstering boys like he should.
I think he's gonna. I think you might be onto something because Masai and Bobby drafted. They drafted his boy. Whatever I forget.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah.
About the Maxey, like A.Rod was bringing up.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at that. And they're feeling like, hey, like, how come we can't get some of that shine? Like Maxey, Embiid, Barnes, Quickly.
Why not?
What if them? Why not us?
Exactly. And to go back to that point too, I think he can be better than Maxey. I think they're pretty not the same player, but they're very similar. But I do see maybe Maxey has hit a ceiling that, and I don't think Quickly's hit his ceiling yet. So
no,
we'll see.
Definitely not.
So we got Scotty for MVP as your sleeper. We got Quickly just to become great. I'm going with a sleeper, like a true sleeper here. That's someone's who's gonna surprise us, who is gonna get more playing time than we thought. Is Jamal Sheed, but from Houston. This. I don't know. The stuff I'm reading about this kid is just the fact that his heart is just as big as he is, and he's a true captain. I just love guys with big hearts, man. And I love guys who can command the room, guys that can, hold people accountable, who show discipline. Ever since I saw this one video of him where I guess they lost a game when he was in Houston, and some of his teammates went down the tunnel and were kicking garbage cans over. Yeah. He was the last one in. He started picking them up. He picked all the garbage cans up, looked around, kind of gave a look, and he went into that locker room, and you'll let him know, like, this is not how we act. That right there, that was childish behavior. You know
Houston
what I mean?
Guys, the young boys from Houston, remember, they were the ones that went through all the New Orleans guys coming into their high schools and grade schools. From Katrina, and they had to deal with all that conflict. And so a young guy coming out of a situation like that, being a leader, I mean, he's got some life experience just from what Houston had to go through.
I love guys like that. You need guys like that, and he can play. You know what I mean? And he can play.
That's very important. Very important.
Yeah,
You can be a nice guy, man, if you can't play, baby.
Oh no, we've seen guys like that. There's always that guy on your men's team too. It's like, yeah, no, yeah, you can come on with us. Yeah. All right, you're a nice guy. Speaking of which, you brought up Katrina, a nice guy. Yeah. But pass me the ball though, like don't hold it too long, right? Speaking of Katrina, I don't know if you've noticed, but Young Bleed, just to bring it out, he has been busy. He's been all over the place on every podcast. Have you seen this? Like he is.
No.
Let's give him a big. Yeah, he was on Vlad. He was on.
Yep. I seen the Vlad.
This radio station that gets everybody. I think it's in. I don't know. It's in Georgia. I think somewhere in Georgia. I don't know if it's Atlanta, but it's a big podcast. I forget the name of it. It's a radio station, but he's getting a lot of airplay right now. So
that is great to see.
Yeah,
because he wasn't like, nobody was paying no attention when we interviewed him.
He
right?
really it wasn't that much. No.
Like, he was so appreciative of getting that love and shit. Now look at him go.
Yeah, man, he deserves it too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Fucking nice legend. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's. So I like that. So I got Jamal. We had Scotty for MVP, and quickly just to become great right in front of our eyes, and I love that. So why don't we predict some wins here? Why don't we predict the Raptors win total? Like you said, A-Rod, Vegas is a little disrespectful right now, and I actually agree with you a bit on that. I don't think they're disrespecting too much, but I do think they're a little bit ESPN on us right now. So why don't we predict some wins here? A-Rod, if you want to jump, whoever, come in. What's your vibe?
I'm gonna go 33. 33 wins on a season. Okay. So we go 33-49.
We're gonna timestamp that. We're gonna play that midway through the season.
I'm gonna say that we're gonna have a few really good moments, but then it's gonna be a little bit tough in stretches because I think the team is incomplete, very top heavy. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think we might have some issues with just squad depth, but 33 and 49. I'm still not really sold on Darko, but
he's under pressure. Darko, you under that pressure?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on him, but hey. We'll see.
Would you give him that last episode? Like he always gets a little. You're like you gave him like 10 games.
Yeah. So he got 20 games, man. 20 games. 20 games. He still got 20 games to me, man. I'm not that easy to move off, but I will say, man. Guacamole. Because this is the thing, man. When you watch certain guys come in. Yeah. And they coach, definitively right away whether they can coach or not. There's a certain play style to all of them, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not they get the wins or losses is a different story. It's about whether guys buy in or not and whether they play and you're like, wow, this is completely different than what I've seen last year. There's no chaos. There's like a full-on just structure. When I watched the Raptors, I have not figured out anything what they did in the last 82 games.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say it's completely his fault. I'm just saying that I still can't figure it out. So guys like that, for me, it's like now you got the full off season. You have a full training camp. If I don't see in 20 games what you're doing, then I'm off. Like, I'm not on board anymore. Yeah.
And we'll see. Time will tell on that one. So you said 33 wins.
33-49.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. Max, what do you got? Win total. What's your idea?
Let's see. I'm gonna go 41.
Hey, 8-point difference right there.
I'm gonna go 41, right on the.
So 500, 41.
Yes,
41
right on the line of decency. A bunch of people scared to get fired and traded and stuff like that. We're gonna scramble up to 500 But
you're giving 40 wins, huh?
I'm giving them 40.
I like it.
40 plus 41. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm being positive. I'm being real positive this season. I'm trying to put those good vibes out in the air.
Nah, I like that. Oh man, you just changed my pick a little bit. So I'm trying.
Scotty Barnes for MVP.
Yeah,
Raptors 500.
Why not? All right, cool. So we got 33 from A-Rod.
Well, MVP
5
consideration. Let's slow down a little bit. Yeah, let's slow down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 for the crown. All right, so I'm going to meet you guys in the middle. I'm going to be real diplomatic with this. I'm going to give them just under 500. And I'm going to give them 39 wins. They're going to just miss out on the 40-win season. But I think they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. I've said this before. And I think they're actually going to do the reverse of. I don't think they're going to get worse. I think as the season goes on, there's just going to be this culture build that's going to just happen because I've said it before, they've drafted a new generation, and these guys are boys. This is a whole new thing happening to the NBA. The old guard is leaving, the new guard is coming in, and all the GMs and the ownership are just figuring it out or trying to figure it out. And like you said, I think it was last episode, Max, the first one to figure it out is going to be a rich man, rich woman. So
whoever figures out how to coach these young guys and their sensitivities and whatever.
The whole thing, because they're different than us. They're just different. They're from a completely different thread that we've never thread before, right? So I'm gonna give them 39 wins. So we got 33, 39, and 41. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see. It's like Price is Right.
Yeah. Clip that.
Got them pretty well covered.
What was his name? Bob Barker. Barker. Rest in peace.
Bob Barker.
All right, cool. So why don't we, before we start this, I got to ask you boys a real quick question. So if you're ever like in the jungle or anything like that, this is like an honest question. If a cougar jumps out at you and bites at your neck, do you know of anywhere I could go camping with cougar where can I find cougar repellent? Do you guys know anywhere to find cougar repellent?
Not at the spa, man.
No, but do you know anywhere in the city maybe that I can find some cougar repellent? Or like lion?
Max is the expert, man.
I know a place you should go by and check.
Where?
If they don't got it, just ask them. They might be able to put you on to some game.
Where's that?
It's Popeye supplements.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna give that a try. I'm gonna ask them next time I'm at Paper
Day. Waited all summer to do that cat noise. all summer. It started in the sauna. Oh man! All right. So as you know what that means, this is another. Well, this is another episode of Where Is It? Oh, this or.
That.
Little sidebar, you know what that reminds me of, man? You ever see that Chris Tucker special on Netflix? When he's talking about Michael Jackson, and he's talking about Rick Ross, and he's like, Michael be in a car like, but Chris, I love Rick Ross. It's like, no, Michael, you can't do that. He's like, like Maybach music.
Maybach music.
That's a heavy cosign right there, Mr. Rick Ross.
All right, so this is this or that. So let's get right into it. So one thing that was said this summer that I definitely gravitated towards, because we've had this conversation before, because Ben Simmons is a fucking bum. And Shaq said, who's the two worst players in the league? And Shaq goes, Ben Simmons and Rudy Gobert. So,
wow.
Yeah, he definitely shat on them. Just took a big Shaq shit right on both of these guys. So what I wanted to ask you boys is, if you had to say, out of these two players, if you were forced to put one of these guys on your team, who's the guy you're actually going to put on your team out of these two players? I know this is an easy one, but I want to hear your answer of why. So A-Rod, let me know why. Who do you got?
Gobert, it's not even close. Not even remotely close.
No.
Listen, for what Rudy Gobert lacks in terms of like you can scheme against him, the guy is still a solid basketball player, especially 100%. Defensively. Like, he can't defend point guards, but when you talk about interior defense in the paint, he alters game plans. Yeah. Like, he's not the most incredible player you ever witnessed, and his offense sucks, but, like, he's not a complete bum.
I feel like Shaq's a little disrespectful.
Shaq is Shaq because, like, Shaq is a Hall of Famer, and he dominated the game in every way, but, like, Rudy Gobert is not the worst player you ever seen in your life.
No.
Ben Simmons is straight up fucking trash, man.
He is.
Yeah. Wait, Steve.
It's like, I don't even understand how this guy could constantly be getting credit from anybody still defending him. Like, This guy never shows up, never plays hard, always injured or has some excuse. He still hasn't improved since his rookie season. The guy isn't even a good teammate.
No.
Like, a lot of guys will come out and tell you they don't even like this guy.
No.
Like, Rudy's teammates actually like him. The players around the association don't respect him in the same way, and they think he's overrated.
It's just that French shit.
His teammates actually like him.
Exactly.
So, it's, it's like night and day, man.
Yeah, Benson, you say he doesn't get the credit. He shouldn't even get bank credit. This guy, he's just a fucking bum. So yeah, I'm with you, man. Max, who do you got? Rudy Gobert or Ben Simmons? Who you putting on your squad?
Easy pick. I'm taking Rudy Gobert, and then I'm going to bench him like Utah, like Memphis, like France Olympic team. I will put his 7-footer. Whatever on the bench right there.
Yeah.
Whenever he's not, messing around or the matchup's not looking good, but I'm taking him though. And I'm taking him over Ben Simmons. And the worst part about Ben Simmons is we've seen him play good for at least 2 seasons. We've seen that. Not in college. He was kind of a lazy bum. And not recently, he's recently
I don't
been
even
a
know what it is
disaster.
right now. This is
His first couple years in the league, we actually seen him play well, hard. He was like the point guard of the team.
Well, they hadn't figured it out yet that he couldn't really shoot. You know what I mean? Like they just, what I mean?
But he was aggressive though. He drove
aggressive.
to the hole. He passed the ball. He rebounded. He started the fast break. He did what he could. He did. He played his role.
Yeah.
And then it all fell apart. So that's the worst part about Ben. It's not like he came in the league and got overwhelmed and he wasn't built for this. He just is.
He was literally built.
Thief.
He was built for this. That's the thing.
He's a wage thief, bro.
Yeah, I'm with both you, man. Like we've this podcast, like since before you came on with us, Max. Like we used to take, like I said, we used to take segments out on Ben. You know what I mean? I don't even like that he has the same name as me. You know what I mean? Like it bothers me that we have the same name. And you know what's funny? His last name starts with S too. So Ben Stortini, Ben. So that's even worse. You know what I mean? So anyways, Rudy Gobert. No problem is going on my team, and I'm gonna actually say I'm not gonna bench him either. Like I'm not on that side of hating on Gobert. Like I actually think he's a decent big man for this league right now. For now, I get why Shaq's doing that. He's thinking, oh, what if Rudy was back in the day, in my day, he would have been beat down with the big dudes, you know what I mean? The Oakleys, from our generation. Of course, I think he would have been broken. But for now, it's like, why wouldn't you want him on your team? Guy's going to block shots. Like A-Rod said, I guess he gets along with everybody. It's just that, I think it just might be that French shit. That America-French thing, I don't know. But Rudy's
got to punch somebody in the mouth, and everything will be cool. This will all go away. Just you got to punch somebody in the mouth, Rudy. They don't respect you.
That's true. And
they'll throw that French shit on top of it. Just to,
No, you're right. You know what? We've had that exact conversation before, and you said that, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. He does need to punch somebody in the nose.
You got to, bro. Like they don't respect you out in these streets, Rudy.
Well, hey, fuck Ben Simmons. By the way, I think I have something here that we could use for this. Where is it? Oh yeah, right here. Hold on a second, guys. Fuck Ben Simmons. So that's what I gotta say for. So yeah, we've been doing this for a while. So all right, cool. So we all went with Rudy. So I get what Shaq's doing there. Another thing
shout
right
out
here,
to Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, shout out to Rudy. And what about this one, guys? So actually, A-Rod brought this up at the gym this summer, that I guess the conversation came up between LeBron and when LeBron is on the court with his son. And I guess LeBron said, "You can't call me dad. You're not allowed to call me dad on the court at any point in time." So I just want. He
said it's either Bron or 2-3.
He's telling his own son to
Goat.
call him Goat, 2-3, or Bron.
Ugh.
If my my dad's not even around, hasn't been around since I was 10 years old, right? He's just been out here just slanging dick, getting more kids, right? But if my dad ever told me to call him by his number, Listen. I'm gonna knock his nose to the back of his head so quick and so fast. What do you boys think of this?
It's just being a man. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and that's a line you can't cross. Somebody's got to get punched in the nose.
I hope he calls him dad on the court. Dad, play defense. You know what I mean? Like, Dad, get back. Oh, but anyways, what do you think, A-Rod? Do you think it was?
I remember seeing a clip.
I'm not surprised of it. It's just typical Braun, man. That's all it is. It's something that you could tell me he said it, and if I didn't see the clip, I would believe you 100%.
Right.
Honey,
it's child abuse. It's fucking child abuse. That's what it is. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. What you got anything on Braun's son, Max? Oh man. Anything? Oh, I think Max is freezing up a bit.
Yeah. I'm a little frozen, but yeah, I remember a clip of LeBron playing on basketball in the driveway with his sons, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm the GOAT. Damn right, I'm the GOAT." Like, he was trying to convince his sons, his own two sons on the driveway playing ball or in the backyard or whatever, that he was like, you can't even convince your own kids. Like, let it go. Let it go.
That's a shame.
You can have 100 people working at ESPN and 100 people working at Fox. You're never going to convince the world that you're better than Michael Jordan.
It's disgusting. No, you never, ever will. And whenever I hear that conversation, because like I said, I go to a younger barbershop now. These Filipinos, and they're younger, they're in their 20s, right? And so that conversation does come up more often than you would in an OG shop, right? Where there's older guys, right? Now this is the young guys, right? So it comes up.
Yeah, the young guys do kind of. They do bring that up, yes.
Yeah, they haven't watched enough, right? So they didn't get to experience that feeling, right? So I just look at them now. Like, I won't get into it because it's just, you know what, I'll let you be. You got to go find your own history, right? But we'll see.
Every era has their thing. We never really appreciated Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and what he did during the 70s when the league was about to fall apart, and he kind of held it down by himself. We don't know anything about that era,
No, you're right. But I did research, though. I did, I checked into them. But
we are from an era of research, though. These youngins is more from an era of propaganda.
Clips. Yeah.
Yes.
Everything's highlight reels, that's for sure.
They could define one player's career by one 15-second clip.
It all depends on, whoever gets the most push. Were they nice to you or not? Because that's how your shit's gonna come out nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. These kids need. Speaking of check yourself, actually, yes. This song, I wasn't gonna bring up any music on this episode, but it actually popped into my run today. I'm a big Sugar Free fan. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big Sugar Free fan from back.
Yeah.
Why are you bullshitting?
His latest album is really good.
The one with the guy named Sporty, right?
Yeah, with the guy named Sporty. Yep.
So there's this tune, right? So he has this line, because Sugar Free is all lines. Like, his entire career has just been the most beautiful. And he, we could go through them all, but he has this one line where he says something where he's like, he goes, she's in my car and she's talking shit. She said she was cold. I said, bitch, you better act right. And she said it again, so I told her, get outside and warm up by my tailpipe or something like that. I don't know, something like that, right? He's so crazy. I drove the bitch to get out the car, warm up by my tailpipe. But this song right here, man, Sugar Free. For those that don't know, Sugar Free, man, he's from Pomona, and he is a true, he's had many a perms. Let's just put it that way. But I just
many a hoe on the strip too.
Man.
If I know this bitch like I think I do, she don't remember nothing but your shoes. Yeah, funky worm in the hoe. Cricket and bitch said, how long was it when we did that dinosaur? About 13 terms ago. Shoot the dope gun. Bitch, you can't give no nigga no pussy that don't want none. Now you can't start me up. If you tell a bitch you gonna do something, do it. She gonna try you up. It's like a mirage page. Y'all niggas still trying to figure these dumb bitches out. These bitches don't even appreciate what God is. My name Lattice. Nigga, this bitch don't want you and nothing you got. Nigga, she wants your status. She was a bad motherfucker. Who she belong to? They said
Mickey Slick. Man, he said, how long ago was that? He said about 30 perms ago. But Sugar Free, big salute to Sugar Free, man.
Big salute to Sugar Free.
Man,
Best thing about
butter.
Sugar Free is he really did a whole lot of pimping, and so
still is.
We don't really know how many of those lines he actually said to a chick in some crazy situation, you know. Like how many?
Oh man, he had another line. He said, "Bitch, if I put you on Family Feud," and Steve Harvey said, the question was, "What's the first thing you do in the morning?" You better go suck a dick.
I've heard him say that one before. He didn't use Steve Harvey though. He remixed it.
Oh man, suck a dick. That's right, bitch. Oh man, so good. Anyways, okay, so get out of there. All right, so
to the West Coast.
we're gonna start a new segment this season, and you motivated it, Max P. You said it one time. You said how you can check a good friend is by if you could think in your head, could this guy hold this for me for a weekend before, you know what I mean? And so I thought we're gonna have a segment called Hold This, and I'm gonna throw up two people who you think you would trust more to hold this, right?
Genius.
Yeah. So I was like, for the first one, I was like, I wanted to put it we'll just put it simple. We'll put a Raptors and two Raptors. We're gonna put Darko or Masai. Who do you trust more to hold this for the weekend while you have to leave for a moment? Who do you got, A-Rod? Who do you trust
Masai.
more?
Oh, come on, man. It's all we already know the answer.
Nah, Masai, man. Not even close, man. You know what? Masai holds on to his players too long anyways, man. So
Okay, yeah, that's true. So you're not giving it to
so
Darko?
True.
Darko,
So
I could
true.
I could hold it, no problem. I put it in basement. No?
You look like one of those selling nuclear weapon secret type motherfuckers or something.
Yeah, he's gonna flip it somehow. Yeah, I don't know where it went.
Just in a shipping container halfway around the world.
Yeah, he's out of town so quick and so fast. What about you, Max? Who you got? I think I already know who you got. Who you got holding this? Darko or Masai?
All the way with Masai.
Okay.
The loyalty, and the hard-headedness that guy has, man. Like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I mean, we got a ring out of it, so it's a beautiful thing. But I mean, that dude's loyal to the soil. You know,
can just tell. You can just tell. Yeah, and I'm the same way. But I just wanted to make it easy so people would understand exactly what this segment will mean for the rest of the season. So Hold This is a new addition to the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast moving forward. Yeah, man, you came up with that because it's the truth, man. That's the and I it's funny. Ever since you said that, I like look at people around my circle.
Bro,
I'm like,
I'm telling you, it works like a charm,
man.
Like, so you don't gotta disrespect folks, but you're gonna be looking at them different if they don't pass that test in your mind, you know.
I'm not gonna say as much as I usually would to you at this point in time, because I don't trust you to hold this. Oh man! All right, cool. Last thing, I don't think we can before we get out of here. I don't think we can leave this episode without at least bringing it up once. We don't have to get into it. We don't have to go crazy with it. But last night there was a debate between Donald Trump, who was talking about eating dogs and eating cats and skinning cats, and there was Kamala Harris who
don't forget the ducks.
There was a lot of stuff going on last night. America, there was a lot on your plate last night.
Oh, wow.
So what'd you boys think? I don't know if you watched it or not. I watched it intently with my ladies, but I wanted to see if you guys caught any clips or watched it. So what'd you think?
I only caught that clip of the dogs and the cats, man.
It's so crazy, right?
You know, like, all I gotta say is this: I'm not much for politics, but it's crazy to me that American politics is about one-liners and zings and clips instead of like people with just policies. Yeah, because I didn't hear nothing from either of them.
Kamala tried. Kamala did throw out some policies a little bit, but it's wild.
I'm talking like just detailed, you know, like
I don't think any politician
plans or something, you know. But
I don't think any politician. I don't think any politician on the planet is really about policies. Activists, revolutionaries, they're about policies. But politicians can't be too specific. They can't get cornered, pinned down. You know what I mean?
Not like the Communist Party of the East End of Toronto at Pape and Danforth.
Yeah,
man.
and then you got the communists who don't even play these political games. They just tell you what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to eat this potato and work here.
I'm the boss. This is how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, just for all you Americans out there, this is a real Vice President Senior Busher from 1988 on the campaign trail from Omaha, Nebraska, and the Victory Tour. And I thought I'd pull it out since last night was
Jordan 3s, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Heavy D,
crack.
Oh yeah. Like they took away all the programs and stuff, but they gave you a lot of coke to sell if you wanted to do that.
There it is. Yeah, so it was definitely a night. I think America America loves the drama. America loves the. I think we spoke about Youngbleed earlier, and Youngbleed put it so well. Not to go back to him, but he did put it so well. He's like, what did he say? He goes, if you were to put on one corner 2 movies out, if you're gonna put Goodfellas and Scarface over here, and you're gonna put 10 Commandments over here, most people are gonna go over to Scarface and Goodfellas, and they're gonna enjoy that more because they just love the fucking drama, right? And that's the thing. This is the politics. It's
a show.
It's a show, and
I think it's been a show ever since they shot that dude in the '60s. What was his name? Kennedy. Yeah, ever since they took him out, I feel like it's all been a show.
Did you guys hear? Speaking of Kennedy, RFK, so they were throwing out so much news about this guy. Did you hear this? His daughter came out and said, "Yeah, when we were kids, we rolled by the ocean and saw a dead whale. He went, stopped the car, took a chainsaw, cut the head off, and put it on the top of the car. We put plastic bags on our head and we drove away. And there was whale goo coming through the window.
Whale goo coming down the window." I heard another story that he told Roseanne Barr. This is crazy.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He was talking to Roseanne Barr in her kitchen. He said he saw somebody hit a bear. It was a hit and run on a bear. And so he stopped, put the bear in his trunk.
Yeah.
He was in a rush, had to go to the airport and take a flight, left the bear in the trunk.
Yeah.
No, wait. I think he dumped the bear off somewhere before he got to the airport.
What's the park called in New York? Central Park.
Central Park.
He went and buried it in Central Park.
In Central Park and then jumped on the airplane. I said, this is the craziest man to ever run in a political. I mean, the Herm 555 guy, he was pretty wild.
Yeah.
There's been some pretty wild dudes, but this guy, he takes the cake, man.
Yeah, if you were to, here, let's hold this right now. Hold this. If you had to have Trump or RFK hold this, who you giving it to? Who you trust more?
RFK. Anybody who can talk about the pharmaceutical companies in public like that, is somebody I trust, bro. Like, you are one brave mother effer, man. Like, how? How?
Yeah, for sure, right?
Other than that, he's a crazy, weird dude. But I do like how
somebody right now.
But I do like how he speaks up on corporations. But he is one crazy nut.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I didn't want to get into it too much, but that was fun, boys. Is there anything around that? Anything I didn't touch on that maybe grabbed your attention this summer, basketball wise? That before we, because next episode we'll jump in once training camp starts. But was there anything that trickled down and grabbed your attention over the summer, basketball wise, that you may want to get out?
A quick little WNBA spurt here.
Yeah, man.
Asia Wilson, she's going for 1,000 points, first time in WNBA history. Scored in a season, so that's going to be pretty cool.
That's big.
She's definitely winning MVP. She's like fucking leaps.
What's her name? Sorry,
Asia Wilson.
Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
AJA.
She plays for Las Vegas. Caitlin Clark, helped Indy go back to the playoffs. Cool, nice story there. Angel Reese scooping up
out, right?
double doubles. Yeah, but she's done for the season.
She's done for the season.
I don't know what it is about her, but I don't want to sound crazy, but I find her kind of cute.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she is. She is cute, man.
My boy sent me a picture, and she sent me the I don't know what the animal's called from Ice Age, and he sent me that, and then her right beside it, and I was fucking dying. Man.
Oh man, now you can't unsee it.
You need to chill, man. You need to chill.
You can't unsee
it. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. All right, cool.
Some of these girls are out here hooping, man. So you got to give them some credit.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
So,
for sure.
That's all we got for basketball for the summer, man. Everything else being pretty dead.
Well,
Shout
actually,
out to Tyrese Halliburton. I seen him on the Pat McAfee show today. He brought the gold medal out. That was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cool. And I hope Jason Tatum goes on a revenge tour. If you do not go on a Kobe-style revenge tour this year, you will forever be in the region of soft. You'll never be able to get out of that zone.
we want that rape allegation Kobe too. We want that like hard in the paint Kobe, like go crazy Kobe.
The Kobe that I had us all think for just a moment. Wait a
Just a
minute.
moment.
Is this guy going to be better than Jordan?
Better than Jordan?
The only person who ever made the world stop and think that for a moment was Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
I gotta say one last thing. The Netflix special coming out, I couldn't have picked a worse list of players to put on there.
Starting
Anthony
five.
Edwards is the only
Which
Anthony
Netflix
Edwards the
special?
only
It's
guy
called
I want
Starting
to watch.
Five. You explain it, A-Rod.
Yeah, it's like Starting Five.
Oh, I seen a preview. Is that on Netflix?
It's gonna be on that.
With LeBron
Edwards
and
So they followed them throughout the season.
Sabonis,
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler, and Tatum. Like
Tatum.
Sabonis, Jimmy Butler, and Tatum. I don't want to see you at all. LeBron, I will say this about LeBron: whether or not you like LeBron, at least he's TV material. Like there's an entertainment factor to it.
It's
Tatum,
a Kim Kardashian
Sabonis,
type
and Jimmy,
of entertainment.
I never want to see those people on TV.
I don't really want to see any of those people on TV.
He gives me like Caitlyn Jenner vibes, LeBron. You know what I mean? Like just like that sort of just like
the jokes
fake.
we can take. I'm sitting this one out, man.
I mean, like celebrities nowadays aren't interesting like they used to be. You know what I'm
Leave
saying?
my Wheaties alone, bro. Leave my Wheaties alone.
Man. Oh shit! Oh man! I wanted to bring up one thing actually. More news had dropped about El Mayo, and I just want to give an El Mayo update.
El Mayo.
El Mayo was kidnapped. It wasn't the whole thing how they were saying how he was asked to go see some real estate and he willfully went on the helicopter. No. He was kidnapped. He had no
playing
fucking
dirty
clue.
pool.
Because you remember you said, Max, you said, why didn't he just go up to the pilot and say, turn this fucker around, put a gun to his head, and that game over, right?
Let's go.
Now it makes sense.
Since you brought up this cartel shit, I got one last thing, man. This is what happens now. You just start rambling. I saw one thing and I thought of you. I saw this Mexican guy go on TV and he's like, these are the videos the cartel's been sending to me because I've been exposing them. And they're like, listen, you son of a bitch, we're going to kill you, you fat fuck, we're going to murder your family and all this stuff. And he's like, I will always try and put criminals in jail. He's like, this is the voicemail they left on my phone. Like, this shit was crazy. I'm going to send it to you after when I find it. But
he went on the news and put it on the news?
Yeah, he's a reporter. They're like, we know where you live, we know where your family lives. We're going to cut you up, put you in a little box or whatever. And he's like,
they will.
Got to do it. I know. I'm like, man, this guy, you don't know when no means no, man.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Reporter, like, do you really think you're going to stop drug dealing or drug trafficking? Like,
exactly.
Like, come on, like, help.
By putting out a voicemail?
Help some fiends or something, man. Like, build a clinic or something, man. Like you're
bring
not
some
gonna
Tim
stop
Hortons
this.
to Tent City, man, and warm them
You
up.
gotta pick your fights, man. You gotta pick your fights, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy probably is in a box as we speak. You know what I mean? Like so, El Mayo. Hey, well, we should do that. We should do the rest of the season. We gotta hold this segment. And we'll do El Mayo updates. let's check in on El Mayo. See how his trials going. All right, boys.
Hey, that would be dope, man. That would be dope.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we'll do
like
check-ins.
That.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Check-in. We'll check in. Yeah. So we got So we'll hold this and check in. That's the new segment.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, boys. So that was fun. Once again, we said, we all went on the group chat. We're like, we gotta get our shops up on the pod. Just man, look at this. It's just like riding a bike. It's beautiful, just smooth as silk. And that was a lot of fun, guys. So let's get next time we speak. It'll be training camp, and let's go. So where is it? Right here. See, I said smooth as silk, and boom. This was another episode of the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor Podcast. I'm El Hoopo, that's A.Rod, that's Max P, and together we form like Voltron and we create the greatest sports podcast on the entire World Wide Web. The new iPhone, if you just talk to it and say, give me the best podcast on the internet, you know what it's going to do? It's going to send you to us, bitch.